Hello, everyone. Hope you all turn on your videos. Oh, there's someone. Hi, Katie. Hi. Oh, I got the Jamie Baker team on here. That's always fun. I love seeing a lot of familiar faces. Hi, Jamie.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm happy that the sun finally came out.
Me too.
Right?
It was snowing pretty bad here yesterday.
Yeah, I bet. We only got a sprinkle here, but I'm telling you, I'm like, I can't live in the other states where they don't have much sun during this time.
Oh, me too. I couldn't live like in Oregon or Washington or anything like that. I'd be
No.
depressed.
No, yeah, for
Or
sure.
Alaska.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't survive.
Yeah,
It
me
is
too.
lovely when the
Cold
sun's
and
out,
dark.
though. I went to school in Washington State.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's very green. That is the one thing I really liked about it. It's always very green because it is always wet. So
Yeah, yeah.
give and take, right?
It's a give and take, right? I just, will never leave Colorado. Just,
I know.
yeah, I just will never
Well,
leave.
people get grumpy here in Colorado when it isn't sunny for a while.
Uh-huh.
I noticed that.
Well,
I'm like, buy yourself a light.
yes, exactly. Go sit underneath one of those like red lights, like a lizard does.
Right?
All right, cool. I'm going to give a few more, let's say a couple more minutes for people to come in. I still see a lot of people coming in. Place in the chat where you're from for those of you who I don't know. What market center are you with? I like to meet new people. Travis, you look new to me. Where are you from?
Urban Elite.
Urban Elite.
Yes.
Oh, Highlands. Love it. That's a pretty cool market center.
Yeah, it is. Molly's fantastic.
Molly and Tammy.
Yep.
Streaming our whole office here at GJ. Where's GJ?
Grand Junction,
Grand Junction.
Western Slope, beautiful part of the state.
Oh my gosh, just goes to show you that I live in a bubble.
You need
Grand
to get out.
Junction. I love it. Welcome, Grand Junction. So glad you guys are here. The Vega team at First Realty Firestone. Oh yeah, we got some new people. I love it. We got a good crowd today. I'm excited to dive in with you guys. As some of you may or may not know that you can do some circle prospecting inside Command with a few touches of a couple of buttons, and I'm super excited to teach that to you today. Anybody here have you all any of you all already have done that? Has anybody sent a direct mailer? Anyone? I see yeah. Well, I'm going to give you a few strategies. Also going to help you kind of discern what to send out. We're going to make it a long, great, exciting conversation, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. Anybody here have any other requests for today's class in the same subject that you'd like to see today? Anything that you're hoping to get out of today's class? All right. I'll stop asking questions. Let me just dive in.
Leslie,
Yes,
I
hi.
don't have anything pertaining to this topic, but I know you're super excited about the TikTok ads.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I just want to let you know that I did try to run one, but in the TikTok profile title, our team name is Selling Southern Colorado, but it only lets you do 20 characters. So I just want to let you know I ran into that
No,
snafu. I don't know what to do with it, but not on topic, but I know you're passionate about it.
no, I love it. And I love your passion too, because then that also helps everybody in this room to learn about what happened in your experience so that they don't have to run into it and wonder if it's just them. So thank you. I love when people share. Thanks. And it's good to see you again. Okay. All right, everyone. Well, I'm going to dive in. Let me grab my screen. We're going to talk about circle prospecting with direct mailers today. I am recording. My name is Leslie Jackson. For those of you who may or may not know me, I am the regional tech trainer here for Colorado. So I help oversee and train all market center tech trainers in the 23 market centers that we have. And of course, help you win in your business as an agent every week, every Thursday at 11 a.m. So super excited to be here. Also a MAPS tech coach. So here we go. I am going to come into Command and throw in my screen here. and start sharing. Can everybody see my screen? Okay, good. Right off the bat, I like to just say that we're going to actually start in designs today, because designs is where a lot of our templates live for our postcards. Okay. So over here on the left-hand corner of my screen, I'm going to select the KW logo, and then I'm going to head to consumer. Excuse me, designs. I taught a site class yesterday, so I'm just on autopilot. Let me bring some more people in. Oh, we have a good crowd today. All right, great. So upper right-hand corner of my screen, I'm going to select create design and then print. Okay. So now we're going to explore the design library together to discuss really what kind of postcard templates are available to you. Direct mailers are great because we get to circle prospect with them. We get to promote a listing with them. Perhaps during this time of cold weather season, inventory is a little bit lower. So maybe you're more focused on buyers, or perhaps trying to get us a listing right now for next year. So lots of opportunity, lots of options. Over here on the left-hand side of the screen, I'm going to show you just the inventory list, or the topics that we'll be able to choose from. I like to just simply point out a just listed postcard. There are several different ways of going about this. What you see now are different types of marketing. At the top of the screen here, you'll see postcards, portrait, or standard postcards. I'm going to select standard postcards. And from here, I love it because here are a few templates that I get to choose from. And what I like to just shout out is that you could also start from blank. So if you are a very creative type, you have your hands on, different types of elements, you can absolutely create and start from your own and just make your own postcard. I like to just say, let's hit the easy button. So this is a great way to look for a just listed postcard, and also a way to shout out buyers' needs. So let's pretend you are sitting in one of those two seats. You either have a listing to promote, whether that's a just active, a just sold, right? Or a coming soon. Or perhaps you're looking to really farm an area in your particular community, and you would like to send out a mailer about buyer's needs. So perhaps you have a buyer right now in your pipeline that's looking for a home, a very specific home, and you're going to go shout out to that neighborhood that you have a buyer that's ready to purchase. So you're looking for a seller, which could also mean that you could double end it, right? Maybe they don't have a realtor. So let's just, put all the vibes in the air that you could double end it. All right. So what I'm about to walk you through is just the basic steps of how to create a postcard, and also open for discussion of, whether you are a listing agent right now or you have buyer's needs, you can do these exact same steps with different verbiage. Make sense? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just point out a few postcards that I like to use, and for various reasons. One of the postcards that I like to use is this one, just because it has the red on the side. It kind of gives a quick catch to the eye. So if you are looking through your mailing, pile, if you're looking through your pile of mail, then that kind of points out. So I like to use anything that has red on it, or this one, just because it is very bold. What we like to have somebody do is to literally pick it up. I find that monochromatic postcards kind of tend to, just get caught up in the coupon books and things like that. So use red. And why not? Because we're colorblind. So I'm going to select this one. I'm going to use this one. And again, I'm here at standard postcards, left-hand side of the screen, just listed. All right. So I'm going to select this guy. We're going to allow this to populate and open up in our world. All right. Now, who here in our class today has a listing that they would like to share to promote Oh, I have a hand raised in KW Colorado West. Anybody want to come to the mic or type in the chat what that address is? Oh, wait, I know you have to come to the screen and you got to unmute yourself. Look at you, pretty in yellow. Hi. You got to unmute her.
There we go. Okay, sorry. It was 3410 C Road, Palisade.
Okay, hold on. Let me grab something to write down. 3410 C
C Road. C Road.
Road.
Mhm.
And then that was Palisade.
Yep.
I just think of that winery.
Yeah, you need to come down.
Right.
We've got like 100.
I have, it's like one of those things where it's like on my to-do list. I just need to get away from the kiddos. All
We
right.
just need to have you come train.
Oh yeah. Oh,
There we go.
hello. Let's just marry the two together. Okay, cool. So left-hand side of the screen, what I'm going to show you is a really cool way to pull in a listing automatically without having to go and grab all of your beautiful photos from your computer. Because we're connected and synced to all the MLSs in the nation. I'm going to head to KWLS over here on the left-hand side of my screen. And I'm going to simply just paste that. Oops, wrong one. Let's try this again. KWLS is selected. Listing is selected. Do you see this little filter button? I'm going to search by listing address. You can most certainly search by MLS number or any of these other things. So I'm going to just type in or paste that address and see if it populates. All right. Georgia, California. We might have to search by MLS number just to make this. Oh, there it is. 3410 C Road, Palisade, 81526. Is that good? Okay, I got a thumbs up. So I'm going to select this guy. So do you see that's the MLS number? I'm going to select this listing. Let me go back. Is there another one in here? Just to make sure that I'm looking at the right one.
There is, yeah, it's the
Oh, there it is.
Thank you. Yes.
And this is also a great example that, if this listing has been sold in the past, it's going to show the past sold photos. So you might see a few variations of your listing in here. So here we are, 3410, a prettier picture of this beautiful property. So I'm going to select over here on the left-hand side. So now what it's doing is it's populating all of these beautiful photos for me to literally just place on the right-hand side. It's that easy. Right-hand side of the screen, I'm going to select this photo. This is what you'll need to do next, because what I'm about to show you is the easy button. So I'm going to pick my favorite photo of this property. I like to say always pick an exterior photo, just because if you pick an interior photo, it's either got to be like crisp and like perfectly staged, or just pick the exterior because people are more interested in what's inside. Make sense? We want people to be more inquisitive about how the home looks on the inside without having to give them all that right up front. So I'm loving the sunset. So what I did here is, see that little arrow? All I did was click that little arrow and it automatically placed that photo inside my mailer on the right-hand side. Now, upper right-hand corner of the screen, this DBA logo, as soon as I click on it, it's going to automatically show my DBA logos on the left-hand side, which I absolutely love because it makes it so much easier for you to just do the same thing, replace logo. Now, obviously, this house is not from the KW Downtown Market Center, but just for you all to see this example, that's how you would replace it. Now, built in 2015 and 123 Spruce Road is something that we definitely need to change. As I select this address, I'm going to head back to the KWLS option. Since we've already selected it, it's going to have that listing already populated for us. As you can see, I have photos and listing details. I'm going to select listing details. And now what this is doing is it's literally pulling all the information in from the MLS that you've already entered in. How lovely is that? So you don't have to go relook and retype and all that stuff that can cost time. So 123 Spruce Road City is the address. I would love to change it to this address here. So I'm gonna go find it real quick. You'll see there's the listing price. Ooh, nice listing price, 1.25. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath. And then if you go all the way to the very bottom, you're gonna also see the property description, which we'll use at a later time. Okay. And it's just good to just go through and ensure that all that information is correct. But as you can see, that's the address that I need to replace. So all I'm going to do is use that little button that has the replacement arrows. I have it selected on the right-hand side. Boom, 3410 C Road. There it is. Built in 2015. Let's just go triple check that it's gonna probably a different year built date. So 1978. Just for quick sake, I'm gonna actually just double click inside here and replace this. It's being a little finicky. Hold on. We'll hit save. There it is. Let's see if I back. Okay. It's funny because it's not my
Okay.
cursor is showing in a different section. But yeah, does somebody want to say something?
Yeah, Leslie, it's Amanda over here. So this was actually remodeled in 2020. Would you be able to write that in there?
Heck yes, I would be.
Perfect. Okay, so it also has, it's like 1.2, it's got a pool, it's got acreage, it's got all this crap in it, but it also has a mother-in-law suite that makes 20,000 a year or more. So it's got like
What?
an additional, it's got an ADU and it's ridiculously gorgeous. So somebody want to buy it or sell it for us, please do.
Oh yeah, let's just do a pocket. Let's just do a pocket deal here. Newly remodeled, I'll just say 2020. Perfect. And so this is great because now I could show this newly remodeled 2020. Sometimes if the font is like too closely placed together, you could come up here and start with some spacing. So we have this toolbar up here to correct that spacing. So we have a paragraph spacing, a line spacing, and a word spacing, letter spacing. I'm going to do word spacing just to kind of make it more stand out more. And there we go. Boom, newly remodeled in 2020. All right. So as you can see, this is the front of the postcard. We also need to update this because it is definitely not 400,000. And we want to make sure that that price point is right. So of course, this is obvious. You just have to update with the correct information. It is 4 beds, 3 baths. And the reason why I'm not using that replacement option is because there's 2 lines of text in here. So if I were to replace all of it, it would take the rest out. So just a little FYI. All right, so we're looking at square feet, 3165. So that's kind of nice, right? You could just look over to the right. You don't have to go pull up the listing yourself in the MLS. It's all right here. And there it is. So this is the front of the postcard. Now you're wondering, well, where's the back? The back lives down here in the lower right-hand corner of my screen where it says pages 2. There's the back. So I'm going to select the back of the postcard. Now it's going to pop up the back of the postcard. And of course, all we need to do now is replace this text, update the information. So I'm going to show you again how to do that quickly with the property description. Now the property description may be a lot longer. So it's just a great way to come in and shorten it. Make sure you have all the bullet points that you want in it. And then you want people to really scan this QR code that I'm about to show you. So what we're going to do is not only circle prospect with this, but we're going to make sure that you get your unfair share of those leads directly into your command automatically. Okay. So when somebody pulls up this postcard, they're like, oh, maybe I will just call Lisa, but at the same time, I want to go look at more photos. So we're going to make sure that they scan this QR code. Do you see where I'm headed? And not give them too much information, but just could even bullet point some of this description, right? Look, I know sellers want novenas, but listen, we don't always have to give it to them. So, or novellas, I should say. All right. So resize, reframe, do what you need to do to make this box look prettier. I'm gonna just double click here and reframe this way. looks like my text box went a little funky on me. I'm not sure why. Oh, there's my little grab. So I see that little white point. I'm grabbing this and then also making it to where it's always on the left-hand side. The reason why you want to do that is because your post information, the post box information, the address is going to come here in this space to the right of it. All right, so I'm not Lisa Johnson, but I'm going to show you where your assets are of your information already automatically in Command. I'm going to head to Images and my workspace, or excuse me, my assets is where we're headed. So I'm going to select my assets and there I am. So I'm going to select this person's profile picture and of course use that little cute arrow replacing the image. I can double click and reframe it. That's all I'm doing here. I'll select done. Of course, we want to regroup with that logo. Place it in a prettier position. I'm not the Logan Group and my name is not Lisa Johnson. So I'm going to head to text, left-hand side of the screen, my assets. So anytime you see my assets is literally your information. So you don't have to retype it every single time. So there's my name, replace. Isn't that beautiful? I just love how it makes it so simple and clean and easy. And of course, don't give my phone number away. This is my real phone number. No, you could call me anytime. Jackson at KW. All right. Cool. So this is a great call out. Download my app here. You can definitely keep it on there, but make sure that you go grab your correct download my app link, and that's living in the My Consumer Applet. So just take note of that. Go to My Consumer Applet in Command, and your unique app link will be in there to replace it here. I'm going to skip this because we're going to focus on QR codes. That's the newest and best thing. And then you could also skip these modals that are popping up to ensure that you know what you're doing. All right, so I'm going to stay here. Keep this page open as you follow my screen, and we're going to head to my website. We're going to go look up 3410 Sea Road Palisade as the address because we want to lead them to this address. And instead of giving them the link to this address, we're going to create a QR code out of the link. I know, it's fancy, right? So there it is, 1.25, that beautiful property in Palisade. You guys schedule me sometime and I'll come out there, I promise. And then just making sure it looks good. So what I'm about to do is what you may or may not see on your screen, but I'm going to right click on my cursor. Okay. So if you're following along with me, you could do this on any URL in Chrome. So I'm going to right click on my cursor and you'll see in this drop down create QR code. Let me see if I can I share that? I'm going to stop share. I'm going to see if I can share that actual right click. No, but what I will do is when I do right click, I'll share with you what I'm doing. So when I right click on anywhere on the page, anywhere on the listing page of where we are in Chrome, when I right click on my mouse, it says create QR code for this page. Okay. Once it does that, then once I click on that, then I'm going to share my screen back with you and show you what that QR code looks like. Where is it? Darn, it's not going to share, is it? Okay. I'm going to screenshot it then. 1 second. Download, screenshot. And then I'll share that screenshot just so you guys can know. Let me grab my screenshot. And then I'll share my screenshot just so you could be a visual, get some eyes on it so you know exactly what to expect when you do see that option. So I'm going to stop my share share this guy screenshot. Okay, so this is exactly what happens when I right click on my mouse anywhere on the page. It's gonna say create this page out of a QR code. I'm gonna say yes. This pop-up comes up and see how it says copy or download. You're literally just gonna click on download, save it to your desktop because we're gonna use it for your mailer, all right? Cool. Here we go. Stop share. We're going to go back to command, grab my screen. Okay. So here we are. I've saved that QR code. I'm going to head back to command because we kept it open. I'm going to head over to images on the left-hand side of my screen. I'm going to select add image, and we're going to bring that image in from my device. So give me 1 second. We're going to go to downloads. I'm going to go grab that I saved. Today's the 14th. One second. Try this one more time. You guys are being so patient. And this is just part of it because we're doing a live demo. Okay, so there's a QR code. I'm going to open this and upload file. And done. So over here on the left-hand side, it populates. I'm just going to select it and it will display on the right-hand side. Use the arrows to make this smaller. Okay. I'm going to place it up. I'm going to place it down below here. By the way, keep this because this is nice. It says, if you already have a real estate agent or broker, this is not to solicitate. Each KW office is independently owned and operated. So keep that because that also protects you just if accidentally you send to another agent. Okay. So over here, left-hand side of my screen, I'm going to say add text. And oh, there's an AI, right? That's cool. Should we try that? Oh, that's $9.99. We're not going to do that right now. Let's do subtitle. And in this subtitle, I'm going to say scan here or see more photos. So you definitely want to call to action to this QR code next to it. Otherwise, people are like, what's this QR code about, right? That way we get people to scan and then they land on our page. Now, you may or may not be wondering, well, what happens after they scan, Leslie? Great question, you guys. Let's go through that possibility. So what I'm going to show you next is first, before we leave this section, I'm going to download here. And this is really, really, really important. So pay attention to this. What I'm about to tell you is that we're going to go to PDF for printing. Okay. So PDF for printing will be the download. And we're not downloading all pages at once because it'll just turn into one long PDF. What we want to do is unselect that and do a one download at a time. So I'm going to do page 1 and then come back and do page 2. And down here, you'll see downloading is occurring. I'll come back here. Again, PDF for printing. And of course, how can I not forget? Make sure that you include the bleed, use manual bleed. That is also imperative for this to upload correctly in the direct mailer. Page 2, download. So follow those steps completely. Otherwise, if you don't, when you try to upload just as a JPEG, it will not populate correctly into the campaign section itself. All right. So I've downloaded this already. I'm going to head back and click done. I'm going to show you what you can do with that QR code to capture leads. All right. Then I'm going to walk you through how to actually send the mailer out. But first I'm going to head to consumer. Consumer is definitely where you want to go because this is how you have a forced registration form that will populate. So when somebody does visit your website, they have to register. Okay. They cannot look at any homes, or you give them a little taste, like 2 properties, and then they will have to register. And in this case scenario, you can't lose just for this moment in time when you do send out this direct mailers, just select no property. Because what will happen is that forced registration will pop up when that person does scan that QR code. All their information will populate into that registration, send you a notification that you captured a lead, will be placed in command like as an agent from your agent site lead source, and magical. It's just magic, you guys. You guys have leads in command, okay? So make sure you do that section. Now, let's go send out that mailer. So I'm going to head to campaigns. And by the way, does anybody have any questions before I dive into this next section and how I show you how to execute? Okay, and don't worry, this is being recorded. So as you all stare at me blankly, you can go back and rewind. Okay, I promise I'll put this up on the channel. So I'm going to head to direct mail. So here we are in campaigns, direct mail. Create campaign, right-hand corner of the screen. Direct mail. We're gonna just paste the Palisade address just for fun. I want to advertise listing. And you can select any of this, right? It doesn't matter. This is just for your sake. So you can come back to know what you did for marketing. Create campaign. The beautiful thing is it's going to automatically populate a way to just search the address. So you can just use their templated postcard. That is also an option. I like to show you not to do that because they tend to be not so pretty. I mean, I think I'm going to say upload a custom template. Now they still are professional. I just think that you can do better. That's all I'm saying. Browse. All right. So I'm going to head and go grab those mailers from my downloadable section. And I believe I did I do first page? Did I do second page first? We'll see. All I'm doing is dragging and dropping into the section that's processing. Once it processes, it will show which side of the postcard it was. So give me 1 second. That's the front. So you want to pay attention to where you're uploading your front and your back. That's really important, especially to make room for the address. So there it is. Ta-da! There's your front of your postcard. I'm going to go grab the back and upload that to the back. So I'm simply just dropping and pasting over here in this section. Now, what's beautiful about this is that I could see in this drop down the front and then the back. Okay, front and back. This is just a preview. Left-hand side, we're going to come over here and fulfill the market center information. 80204, I believe. Who has a market center here? Who has a market center address that I can use? You could unmute yourself.
You do 1520, or it's, yeah, 1520 South Fortino Boulevard.
South what?
Fortino, Fortino.
Okay. Pueblo.
Yep. 81008.
80018.
I'm sorry, 81008.
I'm totally dyslexic sometimes. It just happens in my brain. Okay. Keller Williams. What's the actual name? Keller Williams.
Performance Realty.
Performance. Okay, of course we hit a glitch while we do a live demo. Let's see here.
1528.
Oh, it's
Huh?
1528. Sorry.
1528. Okay. And
I own the building.
okay, there it
Don't
is.
know.
Yay. So I'm going to thank you guys. Teamwork here. So I confirm the market center address. I'm going to head to targeting. Now this is where all the magic happens. So listing address, right? I want to circle prospect this listing. And so we're gonna go grab that address real quick one more time and place it here. Now, what's lovely about this section is that it's gonna actually drop a pin on the listing address, and we're gonna really like there, you'll see a radius of where we can zoom in and out of the listing. So however many postcards you want to market to, which is pretty incredible. And then zip code on that listing is 81526. 81526. Save. Oh, Colorado. Now I want to point out here, target my database. This option is lovely, especially if you just want to promote your activity and or give a shout out to any of your past clients or whatever it is. Target my database is nice because what we'll do is it will actually pull in the tags that you're using on your contacts, and you can literally just say, out of all these tags, I want this postcard to be sent to everybody's address, but it automatically has their addresses in based on the tags that you provide. Make sense? So you have either target my database or target the listing. I'm going to use target the listing. I'm going to select save, and then the budget is nice and friendly. So even if you just did 100 postcards, it's only $72. So that's amazing. So I'm going to select 200 just for grins, and then we're going to click save. Oh, I'm going to select configure targeting to the right. Do you guys see that upper right hand corner? Configure targeting. This is going to just say, are you sure you want to create it? Yes, I do. And then what will happen next is it's going to bring us into a new space to get really purposeful of who we're sending this postcard to. And can I just say how I love that it gives us all these dots? These dots represent homes. And every single dot, as you hover your cursor over every one, will give you the exact address of the home, which is super incredible. Now, if you do want your sellers to receive the postcard, you absolutely can do that. Or if you're like, I don't want my sellers to actually see the postcard, I don't need them to, you could come in and say remove address. Okay, so as I hover, oops, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. As I hover, it will give me the remove option. So see that remove? So all I do is select remove there. Now, left-hand side of the screen, I can zoom this out and add more. So I'm now targeting 697 homes. So you have the way to customize this mailer. And also, if you really want to pay attention to single family, instead of just single family and multifamily, you can do that too. So I only want to send these to actual single family homes. And then you can get really purposeful with bedroom, square footage, year built, year last sold. And this scenario here is also great because if you have buyer's needs and you're like, I'm circle prospecting a specific area, I am going to look for homes that only have 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, whatever it is. You could then match that verbiage in your postcard and then solely search for those homes in that criteria. How cool is that? So the world is your oyster here. So when I'm teaching you about just sending a postcard for a listing, I want you to think outside the box and think, well, how else can I use this, right? You could use this for any status update for a listing. You can use this for buyer's needs, looking for sellers, all that great stuff, and go farm in an area that you want to farm in. Now let's pretend you're like, okay, well, I don't have a listing address. Go to your site and then find a home that's either sold or pending and grab that listing address and place it in your campaign section, and you could circle prospect it that way. Okay. So don't feel discouraged if you don't have a listing right now to do this, is what I'm trying to advocate here. There are postage class options, standard mail or first class. You could also send me a copy to the company address. so that you also get a view of your postcard. Great. Now, when I hit next, the next thing that we'll do is literally just finalize it. So now it's showing the postage where it's being placed. This has happened to me before where I had too much information here and it was overlapping all of this information on the right-hand side. So this is just a great way to ensure that you have all your ducks in the row, everything looks great, and then you would put your email on your card and make a payment and it's off. How exciting, right? Yes, get excited. Go circle prospect. Go get clear with who your perfect client is. And, maybe it's also another way to send out a mailer. I mean, it doesn't have to be listing related. Maybe it's a kind of a happy holiday postcard. All right. Anybody have any questions? I have a few messages. Looks like they might have been in the past. Is everybody clear on the how to?
Hey,
Anybody?
Leslie, I have a question.
Hi. Is it Callie?
Yes, thank you.
Hi.
So when you have it on the back of the card, it says, "Hi, Jenny," and maybe I missed it. Is that mail
Sure.
marked in there based on the addresses that you've chosen to circle prospect, or is that just part of the template?
Hey, great question. And that was something that I forgot to catch. It was part of the template. So
Okay.
in this scenario, what I would advise is go back and change that to "Hi, neighbor,"
Okay, makes sense.
or "Hi, homeowner," right? Depending on your message and your postcard. Cool.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you for shouting that out. Good catch. Anybody else have any questions?
Leslie, from the time you finalize this, how long does it take to send to actually get in the mail?
Yeah, so first class postage. So it should say down here, same day processing. If you submit your order before 3 p.m. on a business day, your mailers will go to production that same day in a fulfillment center nearest to your targeted area. USPS distribution. So yeah, so your mailers are like between 4 to 6 days, essentially. So it's a great way to back into that, especially if you have a coming soon. I'm all about timing. A lot of people will forget that coming soon's an option. Then they think, oh, I have to do marketing, and then it's too late. It's already active. So if you were to back up into your time frame of your listing, then you could really do some pretty cool things with this direct mailing. All right. Great. Did you guys learn a lot today? I had a great crowd. I'm so excited. Good. Anybody else want to share? Any ahas? I hope your Palisade listing sells. It looks beautiful. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to buy that. 1.25. Okay. Hey, but you could do a lot with it. You can go after it is just sold, go circle prospect again. And what I like to say about direct mailing too is that it's coming back. It's coming back, you guys, because we're so digital. It's so nice to have to see actual mail. There's some weird enjoyment that I even get out of going to my mailbox.
This is just a comment that I have.
Okay,
But I just
hi.
did a huge direct mailer in my neighborhood that I'm farming, and I did it through the post office. And so
Okay.
it was third class mail.
Okay.
And I have 8 people, including myself, who were checking for it and never saw it.
Oh no.
And so I think that really what happened is that it just got so lost in all of the junk mail.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that this is sent out first class mail. I'm hoping that it gets sorted differently so that it shows up in people's mailboxes as
Yeah.
a genuine piece of mail instead of in all of your, pieces of
Yeah.
newspaper, flyer, coupons.
For sure. For sure. Absolutely. And I also like to point out too that Real Mailers is a third party that's connected to our direct mailers too. So if for any reason you have any issues, you can always just call up Real Mailers and let them know that you did send out a mailer through command, and they will be able to look up your information. So that's always nice too. Great. Thanks for sharing. And sorry that happened to you though. That's a bummer.
Yeah, thank you. This will be great to try.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else want to comment or just offer any feedback?
Good class. Just the weather, I think, is making me quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I know as Coloradans, we were talking about it earlier. It's like we need the sun. 2 days of no sun is pretty hard.
Mhm.
Well, I guess I have another question. So when
Yeah.
you were talking about like, find a just sold or something like that and use it if you don't have a listing. Now, in my experience, I've been told it's like, is it because we're using command that we have access to that kind of information without contacting the listing agent saying, hey, can I market your property?
Yeah, I mean, look, they don't know what they don't know. And
Okay.
it's just a great way to like pinpoint the area that you want. And perhaps there's a property to help you find that radius, right?
Okay.
Essentially. So, and you can also remove, like I had mentioned earlier, you can remove that postcard from that particular listing. Let's say if it's another agent's listing and you don't want to step on toes, you can literally just remove it so that they don't receive it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, just another layer of protection for you. Yeah. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Right. Awesome. Yeah, it's just a workaround. I think sometimes we just need to remember to think outside the box of what else you can do. I know a lot of people are also sending out golden letters. You can use a shortened golden letter and also go for the jumbo size postcards. Those also exist. We did the example of the standard. Jumbo is nice just because they are a bit bigger. So you can put more on there. All right, you lovely agents. It was so good to see you. Thanks for coming. I love seeing familiar faces. And I hope you all win at direct mailing.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
bunch.
Okay, thank you. We'll see you next week. I'm going to be covering flyers next week.
Thank
So,
you, Leslie.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll have to come visit you guys soon. And happy holidays if I don't see you. But I will be here next week. Talk to you then. Bye.
Thanks all. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.